remaining 80% current affairs video, and general studies complete videos, please subscribe to our complete package. 1. If you are working as district collector in one of the flood-affected districts of Tamil Nadu, and flood has come out with huge loss of property and lives, when situation is demanding urgent but careful relief measures to protect lives and offer humanitarian assistance to affected population. If you are made in charge of relief work, how will you manage the situation? Why recently in news? Chennai flooded as never before due to torrential rain. Floods refer to huge amount of water reaching land in a short span of time, causing land surface to be submerged underwater. Reasons for floods are heavy rainfall, blocking of river channel, excessive rain, narrowness of river, or change in its course, insufficient engineering, sea tides, tsunamis. First of all, I will provide immediately the outline of existing situation to state government in whichever way it's possible for me. Immediate steps. First of all, taking disaster teams, I will rush to the flood-susceptible regions of the city and will immediately shift the people to safer highlands. Then I will order the teams to fasten the rescue process if possible, joining hands with local people. It's an irony that a disaster which means water everywhere results in lack of water to drink and sanitation. So I will arrange proper drinking water and sanitation. It will be my duty to avoid spread to epidemic diseases. I will order higher authorities to immediately send packed foods as most of the food items get damaged, causing a severe shortage of food. I will advise teams for effective distribution of food for victims of flood. It will also my duty along with rescue teams to rescue people and livestock who are drowning. I will try my level best to bring back utility services such as electrification, telecommunication to normal. Some of the dangerous creatures which usually stay underground would be forced to come up, as their natural habitat becomes unlivable. These could prove dangerous to human beings and cattle. And I will form snake catching teams to look after over that issue. Vehicles and other equipments might get permanently damaged as they remain submerged underwater for prolonged duration. So I will direct the teams to save them, joining hands with local people. Long-term steps. After downfall of floods, I will help people to reconstruct their affected houses. As the crops are completely destroyed, obviously there will be acute shortage for food to be consumed in near future. And I will request state government to open groceries distribution centers all over flood-affected regions. I will personally, with the help of experts, prepare the master plan for flood control and management. After that, I will take measures to clean the drainage systems so that water should flow down very fast. I will order general cleanup of streets. As rainwater falls down the street, it rushes into the storm drains. If the streets are not clean, the rainwater trying to go into the drain carries solid wastes into the drain with itself, which then obstructs the flow of water by the drainage system. Before the onset of rainy seasons, I will take measures to desilt the drains. Before the onset of rainy seasons, I will order respective departments for inspection and repair of dams to look after the possible weak spots. I will give a call for afforestation of districts so that it will reduce the impact of flooding in future. I will instruct people to build local embankments around low-lying houses, so that water cannot flow down from the street, Road inside house. These embankment might be permanent in the form of concrete structure. I will try to advise the respective departments to provide adequate flood cushions in water storage so that it can avoid flooding. I will urge the modernization of flood forecasting instruments so that it can give authenticated early message of flooding. 2. Detecting cancer with proton therapy. This topic will be important under General Studies Paper 3. Explorations in the field of science and technology. Why recently in news? Multinational research team is now building the instrument that will produce for the first time detailed 3D images of a patient's anatomy, using protons rather than X-rays. They are working under project called Proton Radiotherapy Verification and Dosimetry Applications. To produce these proton CT images, they will be using the same high-energy particles that are used to destroy a tumor during proton therapy treatment. How proton therapy can be preferred over X-ray therapy. Like X-rays, protons can penetrate tissue to reach deep tumors. When compared to X-rays, protons cause less damage to healthy tissue in front of the tumor, as there is no damage at all to healthy tissue lying behind, which greatly reduces the side effects of radiation therapy. So team aims to become the first in the world to produce clinical quality proton CT imagery. Why proton therapy is desperate in cancer detection. Proton therapy is an improved approach for treating challenging tumors, especially in the head and neck, and near critical organs. It is likely to become the preferred radiotherapy method for most childhood cancers, as the unwanted exposure to radiation of healthy tissue is much reduced, and so the risk of second cancers later in life is also much reduced. Having the ability to administer a high dose in a small region is the main underlying advantage of proton therapy. However, accurate planning is absolutely essential to ensure that the dose does not miss the target tumor.